Alright guys, I got one more for you for the day. This one here, I just want to clean the plug up a little bit. Looks like it may have ran hot at one point in time. But that's pretty easy. Just take a little piece of sandpaper and see if I can get this propped up good for you, and I'll show you how it's pretty self-explanatory. Just take that and let's let you sit for 1 second. I don't have my tripod out here, so bear with me. I just want to clean it up so we get a better connection. I'm already going to be running this on an extension cord that's not really adequate for this anyway, so I just want to stack the odds of a successful fire up in my favor beforehand. Alright, sorry about that. So I got that cleaned up decent enough for now. Let me plug it in and it's off. Yeah, we're off. Okay. Alright, so this is an 11,000 BTU model, I believe. $10,300. It's in very good shape. They ran it with a heavy filter, which is good. Got people I bought it off of. I bought it down in Harrisburg. Pretty cool people. One guy actually told me a lot of details about it, so I know for a fact it was well taken care of. Adjustable louvers for up and down, which is pretty nice. You can adjust it from both sides. Both left and right have adjustable louvers, so it's a true four-way airflow control. I'm not going to pop the case off today because I just don't have the motivation to do it. But I will test the functionality. Thermostat. That's where it's clicking on and off. That's going to be a very cold thermostat, as we already established. It's about between 71 and 74 degrees in here. Aiming at the wall gives me a good idea. 76. Yeah, it's still pretty, actually warmed up in here a little bit since I checked last. The ventilation control is a little stiff, but that's completely normal on these. They need to be lubed up, and no one really uses them anyway. That's part of the reason they get stiff over time. Does have a Westinghouse flat top. I bet a paycheck on it. But before we do anything, I'm going to move these other things out of the way. As you can see, I did get the garage redone. Getting off topic again on you. Yeah. The only thing I have left to do with the trim around the two ACs, and that is 100% done, and just clean up a little bit. So I'm going to move this card out of the way. Oh, I can see the Westie a little bit. This one here is a little bit bigger and heavier, so I'm not going to try to be moving it around with one hand because I really don't want to drop it off the crates. Like I said, the back grill is a little bit bent up just because a couple people tried to move it and didn't really know what they were doing, and they got a little bit boogered up, but nothing crazy. And in fact, there's actually one of these available on eBay right now. I might actually buy it and just put the Westinghouse tag on, on a new grill. Because I gave the other Westinghouse I had exactly like this. I gave to my buddy Dan at work, and he loves it. And his has a big Copeland compressor on there. So actually, come to think about it, this is a larger model. His was 11,000, I think. You have to go on my old video and look for sure. But that one actually had a Copeland. So this one might actually be a Copeland too, come to think of it. So maybe I take that back about betting my paycheck on the flat top. Anyway, start with fan. On a high, it's not even that loud on high, really. Moves an acceptable amount of air, too. Think about these Westies. They might not have the strongest airflow, but man, do they blow cold. And these have the kind where it sucks the air through and blows it out the evaporator, which is the opposite of traditional design like the Admiral has and all the Emersons. In fact, those two General Electrics and Fedders, they all had that design too. Philco Ford used that design, so it wasn't so uncommon back in the day, but as time went on, I don't think you ever see that now. In fact, the last ones to do it were WCI. Still did that design with their replacement wall sleeve models that were set up exactly like this, but they had the control panel on the left like usual with the chrome rectangular knobs. Love those, by the way. Try to hear on low. Not much of a noise difference. This is one I probably actually just run on high for the extra airflow. All right. I'll try to get you a compressor noise. You're probably not going to get much of one here, if it'll even fire up at all. Oh yeah, it fired up. It's a Copeland. Yeah, it's definitely a Copeland compressor. And guess what? It's already cold. Let's feel that. Check that out. I reckon we check this in a few minutes. It's going to be man, this thing is a tank, and it is ungodly heavy. Like, it's easily I wouldn't say 150, but definitely 100 to 120 pounds for sure, no doubt. I'm thinking closer to 120. So we're gonna hit the 30s. Oh, we're definitely at the 30s. The other three hit the 30s, or the 4 actually. There we go. Yeah. Man, that is freezing cold. So think about that. That is literally a 40-degree air difference in temperature in less than a minute. Or maybe about a minute by now, but still, that's exceptional. That's on high. Inevitably, it's a science. You're going to get a few degrees less when you run it on low. Not usually by much, but it is going to blow a little bit colder on low. See, now we're getting into the 20s. And again, you would get a slightly more accurate temp reading with a thermocouple or a probe type temperature, but this temp gun does give you a very good idea of what kind of temps you're actually getting out of a unit. You just don't want to let the cold air blow on it for too long, because it starts to get inaccurate pretty damn quick. Now this is a rear breather, so you could install this through a wall, which is what, if I was going to put this in my house right away, I would definitely do that. I'll be keeping this one. In fact, I'm actually keeping all the units I did a review on today. That's about right. You're blowing about 30 degrees hotter out the back than what's in the room, so that's about normal. I love the old Westinghouse logo. There's your drain hole, which you definitely want to put a better drain hole in than that. I'd put one like right in here at the pan's lowest point. Because like I said, you don't want these to rust out. This chassis looks like it's pretty immaculate yet too. A little bit of rust on the condenser coils, but that's nothing out of the ordinary. No through rot at all, no side rot, which is very common on some of these Westinghouses if they weren't taken care of. The old Westies will rust, but they are some of the best engineered units of all time. I don't think many collectors or many people in general would disagree with that statement. The old Westies are the shit. Look at that control panel. Yeah, this thing's badass. So 10,000 BTUs, I wouldn't say it would be the best choice for a large living room. But for a small, like family room or a large bedroom, it'd be a great unit for that. I know my buddy Dan. I didn't see his house, wasn't over his house yet, but his new house yet. But I know he has his. I think he has his installed in his garage above the door. I know he said it took everything he had to get it in there by himself. And he's a pretty big guy, and he struggled with it. So. He's not a guy you want to piss off, put it that way. Man, I kept all my videos today short and sweet and right to the point. So As usual, I thank you all for watching and for your continued support over the years. Of course, there'll be more to come as time goes on. Slips in there like that. I love it. Now, as I mentioned in the video of the smaller Westinghouse, this one I did earlier. Actually, by earlier I mean about a half hour ago. This front here is available, or was available, in the medium-sized chassis. Now, the question I had was, for Ken Horan in particular, was it available in the large chassis, like the one I gave the Jordan U? If you could let me know, that'd be great, because if so, I'm adding that to my want list. Yeah, I love the old Westies. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. That's all I got for today. Peace out for now. Take it easy. Catch you next time.